live. Welcome back to the Offbeat Podcast, people. It's actually first solo podcast I'm hosting by myself.
No pressure.
Little bit nerve-wracking, but you know. So, guess who I've drafted in? I've drafted in the person who's got the most TikTok clip views currently, and also the most YouTube views at the moment in time in one episode.
Really?
Both of you.
Look at it. No,
Yeah.
How many views I was on YouTube?
Yours is nearly on 1,000. It just ticks over 800 and odd. Yours is like, and all of them are from the search term El Burrito.
All right.
So, a lot of people are going over to YouTube, because I was going to talk to you about this, because I've noticed, because you can see all the analytics on YouTube, and there's a stupid percentage on there who found us via searching El Burrito. So people must be seeing you on TikTok and coming straight over there.
Like searching it over on YouTube, it's coming up with the podcast.
Straight away, yeah.
Well, the problem with mine is I take it all so fast in my content that people are like, can you slow it down a bit so I can actually see what you're doing and follow along? So there's probably people being like, I want to see it's a bit of a slower version of what he's doing where I can actually see what he's doing.
and now people watching the podcast, I was like, I just find it's mental, this little search term, stuff like that. And then the TikTok clip, it's on like nearly 250k.
It's mental, isn't it, that?
I was just looking at it like, it keeps ticking over. It's a local one.
Yeah, right, okay.
Well,
did you put
on
hashtags in it and stuff?
Yeah. So I did all hashtag stop pull, hashtag manchester, all that stuff. But it's just people comment on it because it's familiar faces. So you said Bun and Bones Club, didn't you? Where was you with two?
Thankyou, did it say Thankyou?
Yes, Thankyou, and then it was the Mexican place that I went to.
La Capilla.
Yes,
yeah,
fantastic.
The church. Yeah, beautiful Mexican. Have you been there?
Not heard of that, no.
No, you're not. It's in Heaton Chapel.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
A Mexican inside a church?
Yeah, no, that's what it's called. La Capilla is the Mexican for the church.
Oh, right, okay.
I think the chapel. No, the chapel. Best Mexican food I've ever had.
So good.
I'll have to get around to mine then.
I'm up for doing that big burrito challenge, you know. I'll have a crack.
You back yourself.
I back myself. Burritos, man, I can just keep them going.
We were chatting about that challenge. 'Cause that challenge kind of... Well, you had a very famous person do that, like, quite recently, didn't you?
Well, I had a fitness influencer come on and do it. Yeah, I think we followed each other back. I think someone tagged her in one of my videos where I used peanut butter, and I saw her come through. I followed her back, got chatting, lovely girl. She goes, "Oh, can I try your burrito challenge?" And I go, "Yeah, sure." And she goes, "Oh, can my boyfriend do it as well?" I was like, "Yeah, you get two of you on it." She obviously smashed it. Her boyfriend didn't. He was a bit bigger than her, but not massive, and she was tiny little thing, skinny as anything. And yeah, obviously the size doesn't affect belly size, I guess. You know, you never really know.
That's what I thought was mental, because that's what I was talking about. So my girlfriend's been following her for ages, like ever since she was dead small.
Oh, really?
And she was watching the video, and I saw how you'd wrapped it, and I was looking at it because it was just her viewpoint once it on her YouTube, and I was like, I recognise that, I've seen that somewhere. Went on yours, and I was like, it's fucking Ollie's burrito. I was like, it's Ollie on my TV.
You have the best burritos out there, I think. The best I've seen personally.
Oh, it's mental.
I've had
It's
a lot of
rapping
practice.
skills.
I've had a lot of practice. But,
It's all about, like, it's not even just like, oh yeah, anyone can wrap a burrito, but it's just that cross section where you open it up. It's artwork.
Yeah.
You live for the cross sections, don't
The
you?
beauty of this, like a circular thing, you can see all the different colours in
Oh
it.
yeah, you
Yeah.
just know what's point, but it's not like it's just like all stuffed in. It's all organised perfectly.
Well, the problem is that I'm more going for aesthetics now than sort of taste with certain things. You know, I'm selecting certain things because I'm like, I know that will look better in the cross section. So I'm like, if I'm using chicken, I've got to have yellow or brown rice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White. If I'm using pulled pork, I need a paler like a white rice or something because the pulled pork's brown. So I'm selecting things purely for aesthetics.
Works though, doesn't it, I suppose?
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah, good for you, man.
What kind of viewpoints have you been getting from? So, do you know when your actual, like, your challenges, is that straight for a taste? Because I know you've had quite a lot of mates kind of do it on there as well, so...
Yeah, I mean, it started off as just like a sort of a guy who's like a friend of a friend, basically got the messaged me on Instagram and said, "Oh, I really want to try and do a burrito challenge. Can you make me a burrito at some point?" And I was like, "Yeah, go on then, I'll make this a thing." So he comes over, the two lads come over, one of them does the challenge, one I just make him a normal sized burrito. We film it, he fails, he threw up, but didn't get that bit on camera. And then I got sort of hundreds of messages saying, "Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it?" I was like, right, I guess I'll make it a thing now.
Do they have to pay for the ingredients before they come?
No, I buy them all the ingredients and cook it all for them. I don't charge them a dime. It's just a bit of fun. It's content. It's content, isn't it?
You should start charging though.
Well,
you just kind of hoping they throw up, or you like, if they throw up here. Classic.
Well, maybe,
Here we go.
Maybe if they complete it, they get it for free.
Yeah,
like they do at restaurants.
Like you can come, you've got, you know, pay for it all, but if you eat it all, you don't have to pay for anything. And I
But
think-
I'm putting the whole thing on pause for a bit now because I think the content idea has dried up a little bit. Like it's had its time, and now it's like, hey,
you reckon?
maybe I'll have to do it bigger. I'll have to make
Yeah,
it
yeah.
sort of. That's not. It's big. It's hard, but
Yeah.
I could do that. I need to do one that I can't do. It's actually you got to be able to do. Yeah.
What's her name? Can't think of her name. Is it Shutka? The food.
Shut Kever official or something.
Yes,
Rings
yeah,
a
yeah.
bell,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was the one. I'm sure she did. There was a video on TikTok where she did the sausage, and she pulled it out of her mouth. But you should get her to do it.
Is she UK? Is she?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yeah. Well,
Is she the
Yeah.
one where she's like the UK #1 eater, something like that?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she done videos about Eddie Hall and like Eddie under the
her.
table.
That's
Yeah,
her.
yeah, yeah.
She did
yeah.
on the
I've seen her.
tools. I think she did one for on the tools. She did like a breakfast, like a fry up with them, and she smashed that. But it'd be good to get her on and.
I mean,
do like your biggest one you can do. Get her to eat.
well, in the back of mine, I had Babe Meets Food as well. I was thinking.
Oh,
of
Babe
it.
Meets Food, yeah.
He's only in
yeah.
Sheffield, so I was like, hopefully one day he'll see my content
Yeah,
and follow me. I'll follow him, so hopefully one day he'll see
keep
my
commenting.
comment.
Fucking love Babe Meets Food.
Seems like a sound
Yeah,
guy.
good, like.
He's, just, he's typical Yorkshire lad, isn't he?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I bet he talks to anyone. He just
Yeah.
wander around. But yeah, so, do you watch a lot of like food content? Obviously, you're in the food content world. Do you watch a lot of food content videos then?
Definitely, I do.
Yeah, I do. I think sometimes you get ideas and inspiration as well, and watching how people do things and getting tips and tricks and stuff like that just from watching videos. And it's good as well to see your friends and stuff who you've known for a while just get better and better and bigger. Like Tom Bateman, Chef Tom Bateman. Like I remember him from the start when he first set up his page, and now he's massive. Like I think he's got nearly I think he's got over 1 million on TikTok, million followers on TikTok, and I think he's on nearly 500,000 on Instagram now.
Jesus.
And he started off like,
Serious?
yeah, he's gone like before when he like started and when I started following him, I think he was only on like 20,000 followers, and now he's like nearly on 500,000. I'm sure he is. Yeah.
Nowadays, people can come up really, really quick.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you suddenly,
yeah.
oh my god, this person who I followed when they were like tiny and now shot past me.
Yeah,
And I'm
like Todd.
Bloody hell.
You know, eating with Todd. Do you know him?
Oh, yeah, I've seen him,
His
yeah.
videos are incredible. But he started off as just doing like photos, and then he started doing videos of like like little hidden gems in London or like the best burgers in London. He started doing the videos, and he has just gone. He's exploded. Yeah, he's gone well over like I think he's on nearly 200,000 followers now. And again, when he first started following me, I remember spotting him on Food Bible. He posted a photo on Food Bible. I thought that's a really good shot. That I started following him, and he was on like 50k. And this was only like last year. So he's
Catapults, doesn't it?
completely blown up. Yeah.
I might be doing a collab with him in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
messaged me the other day saying, "Oh, do you want to do a collab?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Of course it is.
really." Yeah.
He seems like a really cool guy as well.
Down in London the next 2 weekends. So I gave him my 3 days. I was like, "You free any of these days?" I'm waiting for a response.
Right,
and then we'll
sweet.
hopefully we'll get something in. I mean, he does mostly eating. I do mostly cooking. So
Yeah.
we'll I'm sure it's
You can mash together straight away there.
Match made in heaven. Things with the whole food reviewing space is it's so saturated that to do well in it, you've really got to be like
Something
something
stand
above.
out,
Like,
yeah.
100%.
And certain people like Food Review Club, like Eating with Todd, who just have that charisma. Like for us, we can make our own food and make it like extremely nice and whatever, and we've got that advantage. And it's less because it's more effort for what we do, isn't it?
Yeah,
But-
that's the thing. I think I used to love going to when I first set up Fat Sam Eats. It wasn't really. It was a little bit about like cooking, but it was more going out to restaurants and stuff. And I
Yeah,
used to
trying
love
it out.
going,
Yeah.
and then taking photos. But now, like a lot of places, they want reels, and I just can't get into that because. You've got to really have something like you say to stand out.
Short,
but most
snappy,
of them
innit?
are so generic. And they all look the same, and like you wouldn't be able to pick out somebody's because you wouldn't know whose it was kind of thing because they're all the same
Yeah.
unless you have someone who really stands out, and it's hard to crack that market in now. I think.
Yeah.
I just think it is. I think it's like you say, it's all saturated.
I feel like it's like that a lot with just Reels and TikTok in general. So I've noticed on podcasts do really well on TikTok.
Yeah.
So much better than they do on YouTube and Spotify. But it's because of the short and snappy version of it.
Yeah.
Because we're filming, an hour-long conversation, getting it down to 30 seconds. There's a cut every 2 seconds. And I saw an interesting, I can't remember who put it on Twitter, and it was like for a TikTok video to go viral, something different has to happen every 3 seconds.
Right.
Whether it's a cut, whether it's a different subtitle, heading, something has to happen.
Right.
And I feel like that's why podcasts do so well as
Yeah.
well, because it's always subtitle. Subtitles are mad.
And they only do like a clip sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it'll be like for 15 seconds of
Yeah.
a short conversation, and that's it, and you're just hooked.
I
And
literally did one like last week. Nothing conversation. It was about Joe Cow the Dragon.
yeah.
Talking about him being on Disney Plus. It was nothing. It was just literally a simple statement.
He punched a 13-year-old in the face.
Yeah, he did.
yeah.
Oh, I saw that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And I saw him, like people like Luke Bennett, full on going in. 'Cause
Really?
He robbed his cap, didn't he? And then he hit him.
Yeah, I mean,
Wales?
It's a kid, so like,
Yeah.
you can't blame his learning difficulties for him punching a 13-year-old in the face.
I know, it was, you could see it was a proper kid as well. But like, where was, like, his dad who's supposed to be security? There was no one with him. Which I thought was a bit.
Well,
he's not really got a support network, does he? Everyone around him is there to exploit him, aren't they? Really.
I feel sorry for him. To be fair,
that's what I feel sorry for most of these young people who are on social media like that. Like they get famous, but it's like for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, there's a weird trend of people on TikTok blowing up for having learning difficulties, and it's the most crazy thing to me. That like, okay, everyone's like laughing at them. This person doesn't know it, but they're famous. And they think like everyone loves them, but it's such a weird like.
It's like I've seen lots of clips of Carl the Dragon where he's been crying and like. And he's on video, and like people are like taking clips of it and making fun of him. It's just like, it ain't cool.
It's not. No, I agree.
It ain't cool.
Completely.
I feel sorry for them kind of kids now growing up with that kind of thing. Like,
Especially when he's doing. I don't like his club appearances. I think him blowing up on TikTok was good for him because
it was when he did his football thing.
Yeah, he's playing foot in his garden with his bin.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's what we all used to do.
Yeah.
You can see he's having fun there, but when you're watching him doing like these club appearances. And like he's getting paid thousands, isn't he?
I think it's $3,000 he gets paid for those. Yeah,
Really?
From like what I've heard.
But what about that drop? Because the drop's going to happen, and that's going to be like the horrible part.
Yeah, it'll affect him because, like I say, trends move on so quickly. And to be fair, he has done. How long's he been like? He's been like in people's conversations for like a few years now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Normally, people just drop off when they've had that little 15-minute of fame, but. It'll happen one day, and
exactly,
it'll
and then
affect it.
That whole TikTok group have done really well to capitalise on the drama of it all. So we've got all the boxing and then the various characters coming in. Yeah. They all did, and obviously Cal ends up benefiting from all these other people because he's kind of at the top of the social.
He's top of the chain, isn't he?
Yeah,
He started it all. I've actually spoken to a few like people in and around there. So I've had a few conversations with Simple Simon, and he's exactly what I didn't expect. I expected him to be a bit of an arse, to be honest. I expected him to be a bit of an arse. I had a few conversations with him. Really nice guy.
Just a nice, simple bloke.
Just a nice, yeah. He was such because
Simple Simon is in the name.
Yeah, I messaged him just randomly. He put something up about clothing. I just messaged him randomly, and I was just chatting to him for a little bit about it. And I was like, "I'm 700 followers on TikTok. Like, he doesn't need to respond to me." And he was talking to me like proper in depth. He's actually a really, really sound guy.
I think that's the thing with social media now. I think people get like an idea in their head about someone just from a few clips they see, and most of the time when you actually speak to people in real life, like they're just normal people, and you can have a good conversation with people. And what you see online isn't really what you're getting, which is I think it can be a weird thing sometimes. I think people have an idea of someone in their head, and when you meet him, it's completely different to what you expect. Yeah.
It's like that with people in helping issues, because obviously we talk about kind of collabs in the past. Men are like, just people like, yeah, go on. People just do it all the time.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, go on. Like, why not? It's something helping me out, I suppose, in a way as well. Is there any like dream collabs that you've both got? Because I know you've done a lot like recently, especially with you did was it G Nelson in Samsung? Was it Samsung?
Yeah. I didn't know who she was. I'm not a part of that whole. I don't really watch those kind of people.
You got the gaming stuff.
But just through the brand wanting to work with us all, we kind of all got brought together. I mean, I'm not really friends with them anymore. Like, we're not like, I just don't really speak to any of the people from the house.
Yeah.
Some of the people I've worked with before, I do keep in touch with, but and I think when you meet them so quickly and stuff, it's like you've got so much else going on. And
of course.
Work kind of thing.
You don't have time to make like all these new friends all the time and stuff like that. So. But yeah, I've done a few, had a few in the pipeline, had a few fall through. Actually, I met one of my favourite YouTube channels the other day, and I've watched them for honestly about 8 years. Sorted Food, have you ever seen them?
No, I don't think I have.
They've been going on YouTube for about 12 years now, and I've been watching them for about 8 of those years. All throughout uni, before I did any of this content stuff, I was watching all of their YouTube videos. And I saw they followed me one day, so I followed them back. And they messaged me one day saying, "Oh, do you want to come down to London and like do some like bits and bobs in our studio? We'll film a few TikToks and reels and stuff."
I saw you were there the other day. Yeah, no, I didn't know they were a YouTube channel. I followed their Instagram when you posted them. And
right, okay. No, their Instagram's quite new. They've been going YouTube as like their main life. I think they got about 6 mil on YouTube.
6 mil?
That's mental, man.
But I'm
are they
like
British only?
They're based in London. 4 British guys. They sort of just started a YouTube channel back in the day, and now it's like a full production. They've got like 25 employees there.
Wow.
So the 4 of them are on camera all the time, but they've got like a whole food team and all these behind the scenes people and everyone doing the media management and the editing, and they've got a massive like a 2-floored office with like 25 people in it. It's and all you see is these 4 lads in the actual videos. It's mental to see all the behind the scenes. But one of their main like money makers is they've got an app where it's like called Sidekick, where you can get 1 bag of groceries, and that bag of groceries makes like 3 midweek meals, basically.
Nice.
So they design all these meals for people. So they've got a team of in-house chefs that design all these meals and stuff and spend day in, day out making new ones. And so they've got like 20,000 people who subscribe to their monthly app, and it's like a paid thing, and that's their
Do you have like a
thing.
budget on how much you can spend in that bag kind of thing? It's like under £50 or something like that, and it does 3 meals.
I don't know exactly what the budgeting of it is, but it's all quite, so like they have 1 cauliflower in it, which will go into like 2 of the recipes, and then have like a bag of rice that might go into 2, but not the same 2. And the idea is it all gets used up, minimise waste, all that kind of stuff. And
Good idea.
Meal prepping's a great idea.
Yeah,
that is, because that's what kind of PTs have done for years, haven't they? But that's just doing it on the huge scale where usually it should people chucking, I don't know, like a half-seasoned chicken, some broccoli and rice in it. Whereas actually doing it
a really good one.
Yeah.
Get a soup. You do a massive batch of soup on a Sunday, and that's your dinners for the week.
Exactly. That's down, isn't it?
Yeah. And you, like say, using up all the waste from your fridge.
I can't relate to that. I just eat leftovers from videos.
I bet.
How many new videos do you film a week? Like,
2. I'm trying to do 2 a week. Yeah. But you must do more than that now.
Well, as well as I do 1 a day for my own account, and I also manage like 2 or 3 brand accounts as well. So I'm sort of making sort of 9 or 10 things a week. So my entire diet is that and leftovers.
Are you just literally having to just feed them out to all your mates, or?
Yeah, I've just got people who live near me who I'll put it on the freezer. I've got 3 freezers. The freezers
Sick.
get full. I'll prepare 2 Tesco bags, but there you go, take it off my hands, and there'll be like half burritos and pizzas and all this various.
And where'd
bits
you
and
live
bobs.
again?
Stockport. Not far from you, to be fair, but you've probably got more than enough food, and you don't want any of my 2,000 calorie burritos.
My dream collab is Ollie from El Burrito Monster.
Oh.
But no,
straight in there.
You have asked me, haven't you?
Yeah, we just never got around to it, but
we'll do it. We'll do it.
I mean,
You've got it now. You're literally on camera now. You got no time. Your fans will be
my
like,
time's more
"What?"
flexible than yours, so you let me know. I mean, I don't have kids, I don't have a job, so this
that's the thing. You know,
the thing is, you're talking about how like the stresses of it all and how you can get a bit much and stuff. But for me, it's like it's still stressful, even though I don't have the kids and I don't have the other job.
Yeah,
I
of course.
still am like, fucking hell, this is a big time commitment.
It's a lot of time,
That's
isn't it? When you're having to create content and then you've got to edit, then you've got to write a caption. Then you've got to take some photos as well that can sometimes go with the post.
And you've got to network, and you've got to speak to people.
It's a full-time
24 job,
job.
It's a 24/7 job. It's not full time. It's not like me where I work until 5:30. As soon as it gets to 5:30, I'm done for the evening. I don't have to think about it now until 8:30 tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Whereas with you, if I don't know, a brand message you at 9 o'clock, you're not going to ignore it, are you? You're going to straight away.
You're going to reply,
straight involved.
But it's not even. It's just even like going shopping for the ingredients.
Yeah.
You've got to make an ingredient list, and sometimes you have to go and get ingredients from different places. Like you could go somewhere and it might not have the ingredients. You have to go to another supermarket to get a certain ingredient. It's just. Yeah, it's hectic.
How far ahead do you prep your videos then? Do you have like a week schedule or 2 week schedule? Or how do you tend to work?
I'd love to be that organised.
Yeah.
Love. But no, it's like I've got a notes app with maybe 20 ideas that I might do in the future.
Yeah.
And okay, which ones do I want to fancy doing this week? So I've got half a video filmed at the moment where I blended up a lasagna. I'm going to turn that into pasta that you're going to make lasagna sheets out of.
Some of the ideas.
Lasagna. So it's like
It's going to be amazing.
I got a few others as well, but yeah, I go to the big Tesco near me probably every day.
Really?
I don't plan a week. I'll be like, I'll get some things, but I'll be like, I've got X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So they all probably recognise me in Tesco every time I go. It's like, oh, look, it's the guy in flip. Because they'll probably know me as the guy in socks and flip flops.
Nothing else.
Well, obviously, yeah. I love it, especially now it's winter. I used to be just flip flops, but now it's winter. I've got
Way
socks as well.
Can't get cold ankles. For me, what I do is I'll write like what ideas that pop into my head.
Yeah.
I'll write it down, but normally Thursday after work I'll go shop and get the bits, and then because I don't work Fridays are where I make the content, and I'll try my best to get it all filmed, all edited, captions done, voiceover and pictures done. That's what I'll try and do.
Well,
and then I'll
it's
just
a stressful Friday,
It
isn't
is, but it's
Jesus.
I think it gets quite easy. What do you edit yours on? InShot.
Splice I use.
Right. Well, I use an app called InShot, but I think when you use it that much, you kind of get used to it, and it kind of becomes like second nature. You like, crop, delete this, that, and the other, and then doing your caption and all that stuff. It comes quite quick. So I reckon I could probably get about 2 videos like edited, and probably a voiceover within like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Is that all? It's all on your phone, isn't it? I know Splice is definitely on your phone.
Yeah.
And is InShot on your phone as well?
Yeah, on your phone.
It's just easy on the go as well, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
How many times do you need to say it's part of the voiceover before you get it right?
God, Abby keeps winding me up. She keeps sending me gifts, if I'm upstairs, and it's like, you ever seen in The Office, in the American Office?
Yeah.
There's a
Fake
gift
one,
with the guy who's going, that's what it's like. I have to do that sometimes, like just trying to talk, and I'm just
It's
like, why
hard,
can't I
isn't it?
say that word? Like it's hard work doing a voiceover, but.
Well, so I do a lot of talking to the camera nowadays, and even then I'd be like, get it wrapped up, get it wrapped up, get it wrapped up, and I just pick the best one in the final.
So you just repeat it over and over and over again and then just pick it in. That's actually quite a good way of doing it, though, because it means you're not stopping and starting, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's kind of a good thing about podcasting. I can't get rid of it.
No.
So
once
you
it's there,
either
it's
get
there.
it or you don't get it. It's one of them. I tried vlogging a couple of times when I went on holiday. Jesus Christ, I hated it.
Really?
I was like,
why?
Because I filmed myself, and then because it's like what, a 20-second clip, I'd be like, that was shit, need to do it again. That was shit. Whereas with this, you can't have that mindset. But I think I'd struggle. I'd overthink it constantly, and just be like, oh, I need to do it again. But I like that idea where you just do it, and then you just pick one.
Yeah. But if I film something, I think, the video's a really good idea, but I don't like the lighting I did it in, I'll just refilm the entire video.
Oh, will you? But
nice.
you cook
Okay.
everything?
Yeah, but I don't cook at night anymore because every time I do a video, it's in it's like sort of artificial lighting with my. I've got lights and stuff that I can put up for it, but they always
It's
get
not the
less
same,
used.
is it? It's not
No,
the same.
natural lighting, and yours, it just looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
natural
your
lighting.
visuals like spot on, and you can't do that at night.
No, you can't even do it. Like I've tried it with the light. I've tried it with everything, and you just can't. I just know now in my garden where my perfect photos are, and it's with the bush in the background.
Yeah.
It just works.
The
perfect.
green.
Yeah, the green just makes all the other colours pop, and that's what I know now. It's like when it gets to winter, it's like I'm not cooking at night and trying to do a nice photo. It's just pointless. You've got to do it in the day.
The problem is we only get good lighting now to like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You've got,
it's winter now, isn't
I've
it?
got to bloody start waking up at 7 just to actually make sure not that I do, but I need to start
Yeah,
doing that.
yeah.
What time do you get up? Do you get up later than that?
I mean,
That's a lion for me.
in the summer normally, like 10:30 probably.
Jeez.
Well, because you got to like 7 p.m. to film, so
I suppose,
just,
if you've got that time.
No, I'm up at 5:30 most mornings, man.
5:30?
Yeah, dog walking.
dog and kids, bloody hell, and job. Christ.
Jesus.
I don't envy you. I don't envy
Oh,
you.
is that? That's
It
not
is
my
hard
life.
work.
I don't want
It
that.
is hard
That's,
work. I wouldn't have it any other way. Well, I would, but I'm just saying that. Yeah, I'm just saying that. But yeah, it is hard work. But yeah.
What's happening with your? Because I remember last time you came on, you were talking about your kind of food van. Is there any kind of progress in that? Or is that something you still want to do?
Absolutely no headway with the food van because it's one of those that I'm getting enough brand deals in that it would be like the social growth is so important right now that like if I carry on with this in a year's time, I'll be making double what I am now. So it's like if I do a food truck, I'll just stagnate my entire social progress. So it's not a financially viable decision until you're at the point where you're like, okay, I'm grown. I'm probably not going to grow any more from this. If you hit like a million, like, oh, these are all the people that are probably even interested in my content now.
Yes,
then I can get a food truck. But it's more of like a passion side project, hobby type thing, because like more fan service than anything else. Because like people want to try my food, right? So you want to go and actually cook things for people.
Oh, of course, if you put up a social post being like, I'm in Newcastle near the Angel North, I'm here on Saturday, you're easily going to get at least, 500 to 1,000 people there, I reckon.
Yeah. Would you do a pop-up?
I think a pop for me and you, we could do a pop-up in Manchester, and that'll be the one to do. But like an occasional thing, like every sort of 3 or 4 months or something, rather than like a sort of actual.
Even if we'll do one 100%. Even if you did one on your own, you would absolutely kill.
Oh,
People will come from all over to try it.
Yeah, but I reckon do one together. Then it's just more of a hype, more camaraderie.
We're excited both for you as well.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I've done pop-ups
it
before,
Yeah.
and they're absolutely incredible because like people it's good us like doing what we do, but ultimately people wanna try it.
Of course,
they wanna know what it tastes like, and then
builds a hype as well, doesn't it? For next time, people are like, I missed it. I'm not missing it next time.
That's what happened for my first pop-up. People came and we did it outside a pub in Mac, and the queue was like down the road, and people had come. So we started at like 6 o'clock. When people came at like 6:45, we'd sold out. We'd sold like 150 burgers. Gone. yeah, gone, and we're like sold out. So next time we did
Was
it,
that just you doing it as well? Or?
me, my wife, and my mum,
But
and my
it
sister.
was only you, the only like,
just
social
me.
person.
Yeah,
like,
just me. Yeah, just did some burgers one night, and they did it again and sold out like within a couple of hours. And yeah, we did like 300 burgers the next time. Absolutely, yeah, hammered it.
I'm trying
Absolutely
to think what would. So would you if you did like a pop up, would it be a burrito sort of aspect you do, or what would you?
It would have to be, wouldn't it? Really? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
But the problem is though, I need to learn how to cook quickly. So like every time I cook for anyone, whenever I've got people over, they're like, I'm there like for like an hour getting it all ready, and it's like, yeah.
It's preparation, isn't it? That's
the
thing.
I need to get all the prep done.
Once you've got the prep done, though, it's just building.
Yeah, of course.
It's just
yeah.
building it. That's all it is. But
It would be stressful, though, wouldn't it? You'd have to put a limit on it where it'd be like, look, I can't do any more than this.
the biggest thing for us, how we struggled the most, was the ticket system. How
Okay.
we did the ticket system, because it got to a point and they were like, it was just constant, and we got to a point. I was like, how many have we got like more to go? I said, because I'm running out of patties. And they were like, oh, they're still queuing. And we're like, we didn't know how many patties we had compared to orders, and that was the hardest thing. But how we did it, that pop up we did, I did it in a gazebo with my own like hot plate.
So did you just rent out the space, or did you just?
No,
was you
just
just
the
pub
pub
you
was
knew?
like, come and do a pop up.
Sound,
like,
nice.
You can do it for free, whatever money you take. I said, people are just going to come in and have a beer while they wait for a burger, so it's a win-win. So, but we just set up outside. But if you do it in a kitchen, as long as we get like the same kind of thing where we take all the food profits and they'll get the beer profits. But I think when you do it in a restaurant or something like that, they'll have their own system, so they'll know exactly how many have come through and how many we've got left, kind of thing, and how many orders we're going to do. So, yeah, but I'm well keen for that.
Yeah, right, yeah. Well, first up, we just had some collaborations done before we talk about.
What
are you doing on Friday, son? I'm free on Friday.
This Friday.
What are you saying? Yeah. Have you already got your videos planned for it? Or
I've got a list of plans. I was actually going to go to Manchester, so yeah, let's do it Friday.
All right, done.
Yeah.
Friday.
Friday.
I'm free. Let's
El Burrito.
There we go.
Sam Eats, it's incoming.
big
Friday.
collabs coming. Big collabs.
It will be
coming.
quite soon. It's
Got to
because
do the challenge.
Well, no, I was content. The challenges. I don't think the challenge is that good content. So we'll just.
Okay.
I feel like just you two.
We'll just riff some ideas.
I think that's a good
I'll message
idea.
you tomorrow with some ideas that I've got in mind.
It'll be quite close this, because this is not going to come out for another week and a half from us filming.
Okay.
So it's going to be kind of around about the same time.
Yeah, right. Well, we shall see.
Yeah,
We
I'm
shall
keen for
see.
that, yeah.
I'll be sick.
Getting hungry already.
Just to go back to a conversation we were having earlier then about you falling out of love a little bit with socials.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by falling out of love with it?
I just didn't. I don't like the direction. When I first properly got into cooking, I'd never really done any cooking until I started cooking, and then I set up Fat Sam Eats. And when I got into it, my passion was like, I liked cooking. I found it like therapeutic, and then I'd cook, and then at the end I'd take a photo, and then I'd post, and then it got to a point like the way Instagram is now, and like TikTok and stuff like that, everything's video. And when you're cooking now, you've got to make sure that you've got every little bit done.
Every cut, every angle,
and
everything's got to be perfect.
Yeah, and it's like if
yeah.
it doesn't, the recipe's ruined, and it's just like waste of time. And like I used to sit in the garden or in the kitchen and have a glass of wine. Abby would been there, we'd be chatting. But now it's like, shh, I'm filming. Shh, girls, be quiet. And it just got I just fell out of love with it, and then. Yeah, I just decided to. A big thing that made me want to really take a break as well is that I did a video of Dorothy in the black pudding, and I put that on TikTok, and I got a lot of hateful comments on there about.
I saw some of them. Some of them were horrible.
Yeah, they were horrible. So I was just like, I just need to come off it. I said I need to come off it completely and just come back with like.
Dorothy being your daughter.
Yeah. There were like nasty comments about her, and about me, like my parenting skills, because I'd left a knife on the side next to the black pudding, but my children know not to pick up a big knife.
Of course.
I think most children know that.
How can you tell someone else how to parent off a 20-second video?
I know, but that was a big thing. I was just like, you know what? Like, I need to come off, spend a bit more time with my family, because it got to the point where I was like, I was with them, but I wasn't with them. Like, if we go out. I'd just be on my phone the whole time, and I was just spending too much time on it. And I was like, I just need to come back, like, and just reassess what I want to do with it, and if I still want to carry it on. And yeah, I took 2 months off. Ended up like not spending much time with my family because I was just too busy doing bits around the house. Ended up just like gutting my living room, like took it back to bare brick. And
yeah.
But it was just, a big thing. One of the kids one time, which is another thing, which was like rang alarm bells, was we were having like they wanted to do like a little bit of a fashion show in the living room, and Dorothy like wrote out like a list of things that we had to do, and like at the top was no phones, and it's just like.
Oh, so that kind of
it's like well, they must see us on our phone all the time, so maybe it's time just to come off it a bit and take a step back. So that's what I did, and then I had 2 months off, sort of like reassessed how I was going to treat it more like a business, limit my time on there. Friday, I reduced my hours at work, so Fridays was literally make the content and do filming, editing, everything on a Friday, and then that was it for the week.
You can do it while at school as well, can't you?
Exactly.
So it's all about,
and and like that'd be it. There'd be no more like messing about on your phone. Just switch phone if we go out, and just talk between us. Like if we go out today, say we're going like for something to eat in Manchester, or we go just to do something with the kids, we both have an agreement like I'm going to put it on my phone today. Are you all right with that? Yeah, right, okay, I'll do it then. We ended up going out for a meal one night when I came off Instagram. I left my phone at home, and it was just like, wow, like you're just not on your phone. Like you don't realise how much you're on your phone sometimes, and it was just nice just to sit and talk. It was crazy.
Quick question is, what's the first thing you did when you got back home though?
Check your notifications.
No, I didn't. I'm not going to tell you what we did when we got home. But
well, that's good. At least it wasn't just checking notifications.
Well, I had nothing to look at. I deleted all my social media apps. I deleted everything. All I had was WhatsApp. And I had YouTube as well. That was it. YouTube. I watched like decent YouTube videos, but I wasn't, because like some of the YouTube videos are dead long. It's not like something you could just sit on your phone for 10 minutes. Like you get a little bit of a kick from watching TikToks. I wasn't on my phone. Just came home. My phone stayed on charge. Had another glass of wine with my wife, and that was it. Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah. And it's nice, you know what I mean? It's really nice. Yeah. Like I think when you do come off things like that, you take a step back, you just realise how much your phone is a part of your life now. And it's quite scary, really, how much I was actually on it.
I mean, we are cyborgs, effectively, and rather than our brain being connected via a wire, we're connected via our thumbs. But we are effectively cyborgs. Our phones aren't just bits of things in our pocket; they're extensions of us. They are.
Yeah, well, your money. Of course, If you went out one night without your phone and you lost your bank card, like you're knackered. But if you've got your phone, you're able to say to your mate, "What's your bank account details? I'll transfer you £100." Of
course,
they'll get it out for you
straight away.
Well, yeah, and it's everything. If you want anything with it, everything, just everything on your phone, isn't it? Everything is there, and it's hard to become like off grid because you do need it for everything, like emails. Everything.
That's why I respect you for doing it for 2 months. That's a long time.
It was great. Like I didn't want to come back. If I'm honest with you, like I didn't want to come back. I wasn't bothered. I remember like doing it I think I came back on a Friday morning. Oh no, Sunday morning. I came back on a Sunday morning, and I just got home and like ready to post this video, and I was just like, I can't even be bothered.
Yeah.
I can't even be bothered going back on it. But like I was saying earlier, like the income that we get from it, it's hard to walk away because
always.
Yeah. Like I enjoy food. I'll never stop enjoying food. I love food. I mean, it's a passion for me. But it got to a point where I wasn't enjoying the process of making stuff for social media, that I was just like, I don't like that anymore. So, but I'm back, and I'm gonna start posting more photos because that's what I enjoy doing. Photos.
I mean, it's taught you a good lesson, I suppose. So, judging by kind of how you've been speaking about it, it's been like a perfect lesson.
Oh
for you.
Yeah, it was great. It was great, honestly, to come off. It really was, and I'd tell anyone just to have a detox. Like, just give yourself, like January. A lot of people January don't they do like a detox?
They do, yeah.
They don't drink. Telling you, drop your phone away, and you'll just see things, like the things that you think are important to you on your phone, and then you realise what's in front of you.
Nothing, don't they?
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. What's important, and the people who are around you are more important than a device in your hand. Because what happens if we have a solar flare and everything just goes?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, but the thing is, again, for detoxing as well, is that like you've got a job that's as well as your social media, right? So for me, that is now my only source of income. It has been for a year, so I can't detox from it. But what I am trying to do is to spend less time on it and stuff. So one of the things I've been trying to do since I started this whole social media stuff is respond to every single DM I've been getting.
Oh right, okay.
You can't do that.
Well.
Even though
you've got what, how many followers have you got? Like 400k on TikTok?
No, you don't get them on TikTok because you've got to be following them back on TikTok.
Okay, so is it just Instagram?
From anyone.
Even still Instagram, you what, 200k? Something like that?
200k on Instagram, yeah. So
you must get a lot.
So I've responded to a lot of messages, like a serious number of messages. And the thing is, some people realise, like, okay, he's obviously just responding to everyone and stuff. And some people, like, then like try and message him, become your friend and stuff. You're like, I don't have time for a chat. I was just like politely responding to your original.
Of course, of course.
Sometimes,
And some people, like, they keep responding to every single story. You'll like their responses, and you'll just, I'm trying to be polite and stuff. And then, like, because you don't follow them back, they'll unfollow you out of spite. And it's like,
it's crazy, isn't it, how people's minds work?
But it's like, I'm just trying to get back to everyone to be polite. And if someone says something really nice, I'll ask a question about food. I'll link them to a recipe, or tell them what brand of X, Y, and Z I've got.
Yes, of course, yeah.
And if they say a nice thing, I'll like it and say thanks, whatever. But like when people try and like become your friend, I just don't have time. Like I'm getting 100 of these a day.
It's fascinating. Fascinating. So we have a little break, boys. I really want to delve more into that in part 2, because I think it's an aspect where people who are watching you, who watch you on TikTok, watch you on Instagram, see, I don't know, 45 seconds of you a day. They don't see that sort of aspect, and I think it's a different kind of aspect. But yeah, back in part 2. Part 2, we're back, people.
We're back. Yeah, baby.
Hello. Refreshed and ready to go.
Refreshed and ready to go. I've had quite a few questions. So obviously recommendations went down really well with you, Sam, but we didn't really touch on recommendations with you, Ollie. I know you said you kind of like going out for you full on sit down restaurants, don't you, when you go out to eat? Is there any like quick and easy places in and around kind of like Greater Manchester where you like to kind of eat, or is it just?
I eat out less than basically anyone. When I eat out, it's places that I'll go to my local curry house or something.
Oh, yeah.
So when people talk about eating out and food and stuff, my Manchester knowledge is zilch, zip, nada. Like people are like, which Mexicans should you go in Manchester? But I've not been to a single nice Mexican in Manchester. I've been to like 4 and they've all been terrible. So I've got no good recommendations. But have you been here? This is really nice. No, I haven't been there. I've not been anywhere. all I do is cook.
This is the thing, though. Like, sometimes you won't go to a restaurant. If you wouldn't go to a Mexican place and have a burrito because you know you can do a better burrito at home. That's why if I go to a restaurant sometimes, I won't get steak because I know at home I can probably do a better steak than what I'm going to get there.
Yeah, exactly.
For like a fraction of the price. So you're not really going to know. If people say, oh, where's the best Mexican place? Like, yeah, my fucking back garden. That's what you're going to say, aren't you? You're not going to know.
And every time I go out to eat, I'm always underwhelmed nowadays. It's very rare that I go somewhere. To be fair, one place is in Stockport called Little Lanka. It's a Sri Lankan restaurant.
Oh, right, okay.
It's the only place I've been to in the past 6 months that is worth going to again, to be honest.
No way.
It's just good Sri Lankan food, basically. And it's lesser known than obviously classic curries and stuff.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what all the dishes were called now. But sort of
you like your spice, though, don't you? Do you just go for the hottest curry all the time?
No. I can handle spice, but I don't choose it just for the sake of spice. You know, unfortunately, most things that are nice also come with a bit of spice.
Yeah.
So learn to handle the heat of a Scotch bonnet because it's the chili that tastes the best. I don't eat it because it's spicier than normal chili. I eat it because it tastes nicer.
Yeah.
Just learn to handle the heat and the flavour comes with it.
It's weird how you can build up a tolerance in it with spice.
It's like revising, isn't it? It's like revising for an exam, but you're literally going over and over that Scotch bonnet.
I can remember going on holiday years and years ago with Abby, and we went to a restaurant and I had a pizza, but I had a slice of somebody else's, and I ate it, and it had a jalapeno on it, and I remember getting tunnel vision. How it was that spicy for me. Now I can have one. And it doesn't do anything to me. It doesn't really do anything to me, but that's because the more that you have spice, the tolerance just goes.
I mean, if we talk about jalapenos being spicy, I think we're on different levels there.
Oh, no, yeah. He was talking about Scotch bonnet. He is Scotch bonnet for breakfast. That's his breakfast.
I could have something like that, though, that I've had like a Scotch bonnet sauce. We have the market in Macclesfield, and they had like a Scotch bonnet sauce. I had that, and you have it. You're like, it's spicy, but it's not like you get tunnel vision, you like start sweating. It's not because I built up a tolerance now. It's just. Yeah,
I feel like a lot of places do sacrifice the taste for spice a lot of time nowadays, especially with some of the sauces as well.
I mean, if you go have a curry house, but a lot of bad curry houses will serve you spicy curries. They've got no flavour. But good ones, they'll be like a really good vindaloo is one of the best curries you can have if you get a really good one. But a lot of them are just like sort of spicy water, but sticking with a bit of corn flour. But like. Yeah, a really good curry house of vindaloo, it's kind of spicy-ish, but they are just more of a flavoursome curry. Like, it's not there to be the spicy curry, it's there to be a flavoursome one that happens to have a bit of spice.
Yeah, of course. Part and parcel for it as well.
Yeah.
Also, so with your content, obviously, you do a lot of kind of Indian-based and kind of Mexican-based. I love your dessert stuff. Do you know, are you looking to kind of grow kind of like the dessert stuff, or are you looking...
Well, I like to make stuff that I actually want to eat, you see, and I don't really like sweet foods that much.
Oh, okay.
I had a milkshake today, to be fair, because I'd not had a milkshake in about 3 years. I was like, fancy having another milkshake again. And I had it, and I was like, it was nice, but I wouldn't be rushed back to have it because I had a massive sugar crash this afternoon. So
I'm so different. I love sweet food.
Same, I'm exactly
massive
the same.
sweet tooth.
So
really
yeah, you got starter, main, and dessert. You're picking two. Are you actually going to pick main and dessert?
Yeah.
main and dessert.
Starter and main every day, baby. Starter and main every day.
My girlfriend hates me for it because she started me.
Yeah.
She loves anything. She loves starters, and I'm always like, so we have to have 3 courses because I sacrifice having a starter, so she sacrifices for dessert. I always end up no, I just eat it. Just eat more. I just eat more basically. But that's interesting. I didn't realise that because some of your dessert content it's unique. I've never seen some of the things that you've made.
Well, I don't know. I feel like chocolate pasta kind of thing.
Yeah,
just like that. But I just like, and if you like chocolate, you'd find it nice because the textures were nice. I'd rather it was a savoury filling. I don't care. White chocolate as well is just the worst chocolate.
It's horrible. Yeah, it's got to be milk for me. Milk chocolate.
Or dark. Yeah, white chocolate is just bad. Like it's just not. It's too sweet.
Christ.
No, do you like white chocolate?
Sweet tooth is me. White
Sickly.
chocolate, that's the way to my heart. White
Really?
chocolate, it just is.
I think it just tastes bland. It just doesn't do anything for me. White chocolate.
I can't deal with dark chocolate, mate.
I like a dark chocolate McVitie's in a brew. I just think that
I've never got it. Maybe it's my immature taste buds. I don't know. A lot of people say that to me. I get it all the time. Oh, you immature. Grow up. White chocolate over dark. Yeah, you got immature taste buds.
Yeah, your milky buttons.
Yeah.
I tried to eyeball the other day some like sort of a white chocolate brownie. I guess it's called a blondie, isn't it?
Yeah,
White
yeah.
chocolate. Just replacing dark chocolate with white and using whatever I had in, and it came out, and I just had to put it in the bin. It was just so sickly and sweet. You might
I would have loved that. I
used my normal brownie recipe, but basically because I had had white chocolate in, I just replaced the dark chocolate I would put in with white, and it just came out so sweet and so sickly, and it was just inedible. I was like, oh, gross. I should have lowered the amount of sugar that I put in.
Yeah.
To compensate, but it was late at night. I was just bored. I was hungover, I think, so I was just like riffing it, and it came out terrible.
I love brownies, blondies, anything like that. Stick them in the microwave, 30 seconds, happy days.
100%. Some mental places in Manchester as well. Gooey's so good
nice,
for the cookies.
Yeah.
So good.
There's a place we went years ago. I can't think of the name now, and it's going to do me head in. But they did waffles, but they were homemade waffles. They made them themselves, and the toppings they put on were just incredible. And it was like Nutella sauce on it. Oh, it was beautiful.
I used to do that for a job, actually.
Did you?
Yeah,
Waffles?
my first job when I was 16. It's called Sweet Diner in Denton. Rate My Takeaway went there not long ago.
Right, okay.
And,
I know the lad that does all the food, Shaq. He does all the videoing for them now. I know Shaq quite well.
So that was after I left. But my first job was making like desserts. So I'd be in a dessert kitchen. We'd have like waffles, there'd be crepes, brownies, like the lot. And mate, the amount of weight I put on when I was there, because you always make a little bit too much of a milkshake. That's what I did.
Yeah.
You make too much.
Do your little one next to it.
Yeah, every single time.
Was it fully making them, not just plating them up then that you were doing?
Well, you kind of, but technically, yeah, full on making them. But making a waffle is just batter and put it in the waffle machine. It's not. I weren't a chef.
No.
But and like stuff like the cheesecakes, they came pre-made. It was just like the waffles and the crepes that we kind of made fresh. But like, I used to just like chuck random shit on there and just kind of play around with it. And you'd just be like, oh, it's unreal.
Yeah, and when it's just warm, just a little bit warm, and it's just that chocolate melts into all the little dimples in it. Oh, it's just...
They had good food as well. So they were Bengali. So the best food I had there was once it was shut. So I had a curry there. So I stayed behind after my shift. And the chef would always make like a traditional Bengali curry. I ate it. It was so hot. Like, I'm not a big spice guy. It was so hot. But it was so nice at the same time. Yeah. So I was finding myself just sweating. But the taste was so good. It's like what you were saying about...
Just learn to handle the spice.
And the taste will come with it.
Yeah, because it's just like chilies just do have a really nice flavour to them. A lot of them do.
Yeah.
Carolina Reapers, they're just bred for pain, aren't they? Is there a person on this earth who eats Carolina Reaper sauce and like, you know what, I actually quite like the flavour of that.
I like that, yeah. I'll add it to my eggs.
Some of these hot sauce companies, they'll compete for who can have the spiciest hot sauce, and because chilies don't go as spicy as they want anymore, they put this capsicum, whatever it is, which is a chemical that tastes spicy. So if you're literally having to use chemicals to make it spicy, don't think you've reached the point where you need to stop.
Stop, 100%,
let's call it Godslayer or just and it'll be like 5 million Scoville units. It's like Chili's don't even go. Chili's goes like 2 million, and you're making it like 5 million just for what? Just for pain.
Yeah.
Have you seen the spicy chip challenge? Have you seen them videos on TikTok?
No.
It's like
I have.
Yeah, like the blue one. It's like a blue colour. Like they put it on, it makes a tongue go blue. I'm like, what chili does that? It must be something
It's
man-made.
so,
like what
it's
you're
so
saying,
man-made.
It just the way they put it in, it's instant. But like the mouth goes black and blue.
But why would you want to eat that? I wouldn't see that and be like, I want to eat
It'll be
that.
daft blokes who are keeping these businesses alive. Being like,
Yes.
oh, I'm the bone for my mates.
Testosterone, it's testosterone
Won't bother
building
me.
it. Yeah,
and then the next thing they're
100%.
crying on the floor. Give me some milk.
Fragile masculinity at play.
I mean, it's what they thrive on, so it's a good business model, I suppose, because it's never going to go away, is it?
There are some funny videos on TikTok though. You see these guys have them and they just crumble within seconds. They're like, yeah, it's not a problem. And the next thing, they're like, sweating and crying. It's pretty funny to watch.
So before the break, we were briefly talking about like, DMs and stuff. So I'm curious to ask you about this, Sam. So
Yes.
obviously we're both blasting our faces in front of thousands of people, sometimes millions. You're obviously going to get people who see you and think, you know what, I quite like the look at them. So I want to ask you, do you get flirty DMs or like advancing DMs?
No comment.
Obviously, obviously you got a wife and kids and whatnot. But then,
No, I'm open to talk.
have you seen them? Like, do you?
You do get them.
And do you ever responded to any of them, or just ignore and leaving the requests?
I try and ignore them. Yeah.
How bad are we talking? Are we talking like really like over the top?
Sometimes you can. Like I'm not like saying it to be like, oh, big head, I get all these girls messaging me, but you do get them, and I don't know why. I don't know whether it's because you're on camera and you're doing something that you're good at and stuff like that.
I guess girls love a guy who can cook. It's probably what it is. And
true, yeah.
Especially, and no, they're not generally super explicit. They have been, but generally it's, oh, can I come over and you cook me dinner? Is generally what it will be.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same for you.
I don't think
There's a lot of single men right now watching this thinking they've got a dream.
Talking about men, I do get a lot of men.
Yeah.
A lot of men. Yeah, and they're more inappropriate than
They are
women.
generally more inappropriate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Suppose they've got no fear, have they? They're just straight in there.
straight in there, like, and I'm just like, yeah, like, no.
Yeah, men just go straight out and say it. And it's like, can I buy a picture of you naked? And it's like,
I've not had that, but
have you not?
Neither have I.
Well, those ones get deleted or left in the message request and never.
no,
seen
you don't.
again.
You tell him how much. You've got a price. You've got a
no,
price.
X amount. It's X amount. We're straight in there.
Would never do that. But I did. I had a gay guy the other day who sort of said, "Oh, you look really handsome in that coat." And I know you're probably straight, but I just thought I'd let you know anyway. So I actually was like, I was in a happy mood. So I was like, "Yeah, I am straight, but I can take a compliment. So thanks, mate. I appreciate it. I was trying a new look with that coat, and you obviously said I looked handsome, so I'll take it." Thanks
And
very
then in the
much.
next one, it's like, yeah, shows your cock. Looks really nice. Like, can you open it with no clothes on? That's where it goes next. But yeah, like you get it. You it's a compliment.
It's a lovely little
Compliments are
ego.
nice.
A lovely little ego boost.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
nice. It's nice. You know, getting a compliment here and there. It's nice. You know, it makes you feel good. But no, I tend to try and ignore them.
So do you get like loads of messages? How do you get them like daily or is it like weekly? Like do you like just a random like Instagram kind of DMs? Not
Like a
replying to
flirty one or
stories.
just
Just a general. How many do you get kind of like a day?
I find it definitely. It only ever happens when there's content being posted. I find.
Yeah.
It only and if you're posting on your stories, it's easy for people to reply to a story. So if you're on your stories a lot and you're posting stuff to a stories, that's when you get the DMs. I find it's very rare, for me anyway, that you just get a random person messaging you, asking you for advice. That's what I don't really get that. It's more when I post a story, people will reply to the story.
Yeah.
So that's when you're getting most of your DMs. And because like I used to like when I first started Fat Something, I get a lot of DMs like for people wanting to like restaurants asking me to come try some food or someone doing a collaboration. But now I've got my email in my bio. Anyone that's professional will just email.
Just go straight to email.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
See, I'm on the other end of that because I'm always trying to get people to come on the podcast. So I'm constantly kind of DMing, emailing a lot of people. I get blanked a lot. But I like it. So I had this one guy, he's a TikTok influencer. He does a lot of sport content. And I really appreciate I've never had this happen where he replied to me and went, appreciate you reaching out. But you know what? You're a bit small. You're not really going to do anything for me. And also, I do TikToks. I don't want to do longer form content. I don't have a lot to say. And I read it and I thought, do you know what? Fucking fair play.
Yeah.
Like, do you
That's
know
better
what?
than being ignored. Sometimes you just want that.
Just
you want the
saying,
truth, don't you?
No.
Like, yeah.
Like, I'd rather someone just be like, nah, because at the end of the day, I'm doing nothing for him.
No.
Unless like, I get 3 TikTok clips and one of them does well. He does that 3 times a week probably anyway.
Yeah.
But I respect that. Have you ever
Yes.
just like simply just gone, do you know what? It's not really for me, really.
Oh yeah, I've done that to like brand collaborations. I've just said it's not gonna like. I've had a lot of vegan things come my way, and my page is not
with your barbecue.
Yeah, it's like wouldn't. I did the McDonald's thing. That was a big thing, didn't it? When they got me down there.
Yeah.
But it just wouldn't work well. So I just straight away just like, no, I'm not doing it. It won't work well
if
for my
you can't make a
audience.
good video about it, then what's the point?
Exactly.
And also, a big thing that I think as well is that every time you do a brand deal, you really want it to do as well as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Because that is your resume for future brand deals. So if you take one that you like, you can't possibly make a good video with. So I had one. It was a company called like Vegan Fried Chicken, and they wanted me to do a video about like their takeaway. They're opening one in Manchester. They've got a few in London. They were like, oh, can you do a video like you buying a takeaway and unboxing it? And they also do a supermarket range. And I was like, look, I'm a cooking page. Like, I can't possibly make good content about
fast food.
opening up a takeaway or ordering food. So this campaign's not for me. But if you ever do a campaign on like your supermarket range, let me know because I'll be up for that. 2 months later, they go, "Oh, we're doing a campaign for a supermarket range." And I'm like, "Absolutely, let's do it. That'll make it work." But why take a deal and you know you're not going to be able to make good content about it?
Yeah.
And then forever on your page, you're gonna have this terrible video that's got like no views because you can't make content about it.
I've always like said as well, like if somewhere invites you to go and take photos of a restaurant or something like that, or they want you to, they want to pay you to go in and create content. I always say like I can only take pictures or create content of what's in front of me. And if you've got yourself into a contract with an establishment or a company, and you get there and the food's shocking, what are you supposed to do? You
need to be honest, don't you?
Yeah. And
at the end of the day, it's your credibility as well.
Exactly.
People are quite not reluctant to like, but whenever they see a brand content, instantly a lot of people just don't get aggressive, but they kind of shun it, don't they? Because they're like, oh, you're selling yourself out. So I get that completely where you need to make sure it is top of the range. It's something that you would watch.
Yeah, and it's something that, as well though, as for me, it's like if I'm going to do something, I want to do it with someone where I'm genuinely going to use their product.
Yeah.
I don't just want to do it because there's a
For the sake of it, yeah,
and there's a price on it. I'd rather do it with something that I'm genuinely going to use. So that's my mindset for it. Like, if like say like I don't know, like a veggie dish came up to me and said, "Do you want to use this?" Or I'd be like, "No, I'm okay. It ain't gonna work on my page," and that's it. You just got to be honest. There's no point in ignoring them.
I think you could make it work though, because like, we're both very meat focused, but I do still take a lot of vegan ones on.
Yeah.
I work with a lot of them.
I taught your vegan content. Your vegan content's good.
You do great. Yours are fantastic. They really are.
But you could as well. I don't see why it would.
But I
still
think
work.
it's because the way I think it's just my following would be like, we'd be like, I would never go and buy that. You're just doing it because it's a paid ad. That's what my audience would think because I've never done it. And I don't think I would do it.
So you've always been very varied with your content. Like, your content is very out there.
Well, my off-camera diet is more plant-based than it is meat-based.
Really?
Yeah. So it makes me feel better. My body processes it better.
Yeah.
I just feel healthier. I feel lighter. Whereas meat, I think meat just takes so much longer for your body to process.
Yeah,
You feel
definitely.
heavy all the time. So when I'm off camera, I'm sort of making like rice bowls topped with like maybe crispy bits of various plant-based meat alternatives and veggies and hot sauces and chilies, and that's what I'll eat off camera.
So I'm the complete opposite. For me, meat. As soon as I have meat, I feel energized. I feel great from eating meat. I just feel like I don't think I could ever go veggie because I have veggies, but I just feel like I've not eaten. That's how I feel.
Fair.
But everyone's different, aren't they? Everyone's different, aren't they? It's like it's.
But obviously, veggie content, because it's vegans are still a minority. It is always going to get less views. It's a lot harder to get views on. Unless it's like in an ironic way. So people do videos where you're like, can you believe this is plant-based bacon? And it's like the most obviously plasticky plant-based bacon in the world.
Yeah.
Those videos
It's like a dog treat.
I feel like some of your kind of cuts and have been better when they're vegan because the colours you get and
perhaps, yeah.
I feel like some of them are just like mentally good. Like, so nice.
Yeah, your colours and just everything when you do yours.
The cross section.
The Burrito one lends itself well to pretty much anything because you still get that satisfying ring of cross section at the end. Whereas like just a vegan plate of food or like even a burger, it's just harder to make it look nice because for a burger you want that juicy meat dripping.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I've not had any tea yet.
Hungry.
Is that no
Hungry,
tea?
yeah.
Straight from work, he's starving.
There's a chippy on the way home.
Have you ever had people reach out to you? You're like, I've never tried your products before, so send it out to me. I'll give it a taste, and if I like it, then we'll work together. Have you ever had that before?
No, I've not had that. No.
I've had a few where I've had the products in and I've tried them, but I don't like it.
It's not worth it. Yeah.
So I'm not going to work with you.
A lot of the just kind of gamers, they do that a lot with tech-based stuff. So at the end of the day, with tech, it's very, you kind of get narrowed in. If someone messaged me and was like, oh yeah, try this brand new phone I've never heard of, probably not. So I think a lot of kind of like tech plays, they have to sample after sample after sample and just hope someone bites with that.
Yeah. Like you say, you've got to try the product first. If you don't try the product first, like you say with the gamers, you've got to try it first. Because they can't push a product that's not going to be any good. And it's the same with us, isn't it? We can't push it.
It's nice to be able to put your hand on your heart and say, I've never promoted something that I actually wouldn't want.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to say that, don't you? Really?
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just do a piece of content and think, oh, I'll never use that ever again, because it's not genuine.
What's the point? Yeah. What's
Exactly.
The point?
Exactly.
Well, I only buy a lot of my stuff now from recommendations from my content.
Yeah.
I've got a few content creators where I know they're not just going to sell shit, especially when you see some of the stuff and I bought off them. Mm-hmm. Like one of them where they advertise everywhere, and I was so reluctant to get it. It was a Manscaped razor.
Okay, yeah.
Have you got one?
I haven't. No, but I've heard
Fucking
lots about
fantastic.
them. Really, I need to
good.
get one.
Best razor I've ever had. Like so
And
good.
use it to fully clean down
It's
there.
mint.
No
but
nits.
it's not even just because it comes with so many different attachments.
Okay.
It's mint. It's
Is it
honestly
electrical manual?
It's electric. Charge it up, but it
You can have it in the shower,
lasts
it's
hours.
waterproof as well, isn't it?
It's completely waterproof. And their tagline is "Don't stank a brag." And I used to hear it and I used to be like, cringe. So not true. But it's fucking unreal.
Is it?
It's so good. And it was one podcast.
The Manscaped.
Yeah.
Manscaped. If you're listening, we'd like some. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Sponsor the podcast.
But they advertise everybody. So they're so saturated.
Is it for face as well? It's not.
No, it's not. It's just body hair only. But I don't use it for.
I'm thinking about how Sam could do a brand deal for Manscaped. And somehow, like, as the video goes on, you sort of trim your beard.
I could never trim my beard. I can't. I've tried doing it myself.
How much would Manscaped have to pay you to trim
Oh
your
man,
beard?
I wouldn't
for that
do it.
video?
I wouldn't
You
do it.
would.
I've got
Come
no.
on.
Mate,
Everyone's got a
if I
figure.
If I offer you $1 million right now, you could tell me you're not taking that for $1 million.
I'd go into hiding for a good month. I wouldn't say. I look like Harry Hill.
You would do a Manscaped brand deal for $5,000.
Harry Hill.
You
I
would.
don't know if I would. You know.
would.
I don't know if I would. It's not worth it. Not worth the looks.
But I don't think you'd get that weird. I feel like that's more in your mind than anyone else's.
You don't. I haven't got a chin underneath it. That's the thing.
I'd do one for Manscaped. I'm like, give me like 5 months to grow out my beard, and then I'll do.
And then we'll go from there.
I would work with him. I'd just shave my balls or something like that.
Try filming that. That'll go down well. Paid content. There you go.
On some similar sort of vibe, I had a budgie smuggler reach out the other day.
You have been doing a lot of content with your top off, haven't you? So
Yeah,
maybe that's why they
but
got
partly
in
that is because I'm actually, for the first time in my life, I'm like sort of happy with how I look.
Yeah.
Because I've actually lost like 4 stone in the past year.
No way.
4 stone.
So last time I saw you, I was like a stone or 2 heavier. And if I had a haircut, I'd look skinnier than I am, but because I need a haircut tomorrow. But yeah, 4 stone in the past year. So when you look at the side by side comparison, you're like, bloody hell. So I'm like, yeah, finally, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm happy with how I look now. So I'm like, you know,
Get the apron on. Get the top off. Here we go.
But also, anything to increase like sort of rewatchability of the video.
Definitely.
If people see a 0.5 second clip of that, they might miss it, and they might. Did I see that? Or
Did he have his top off then?
I've
Was that a
noticed
sword?
actually. You never do it for the whole video. It's always in short bursts.
Oh, it's purely to trick people about did that happen or did that not. It's literally, I think it's the longest I've done it for is like 0.8 seconds, never more than that. It's a quick flat. I'll be like, oh, which line's really short? Okay, I'll do it for that line because that's a really short line. It's a really, really snappy one. And then, yeah, just to quickly see a bit of skin, they're like, oh, but did I see that right? or just chopping it with a sword, all these different things.
Yeah, I love it with the sword. When you get the sword, get that sword out.
Confuse people, make them rewatch it. That's why I also edit it so quickly. Like, you're going for very much the food porn element in it.
Yeah.
It's like your videos are much more relaxing to watch than mine. I prefer watching yours to watching mine.
Really? So I hate mine. I hate my
really?
videos. Yeah,
That's
and I prefer watching
fascinating.
yours.
But mine, I'm just like I'm just attacking the algorithm like, non-stop. I'm
Yeah,
like, right, I've got to do
yeah.
X, Y, and Z, get that rewatchability up, get the views in.
I just post when I can, but I hate my video. I hate everything. Like the videos, I just can't stand them. I don't like my voice. Don't like listening to myself back. Do you feel that sometimes when you listen?
Yes. I try and not watch my own videos.
Are you not just numb to it now? Because I'm completely numb to my own voice. But to be fair, I work in sales as well.
Right.
So I listen to my own voice 9 to 5, and then I listen to it 5 to 9 when I'm edited as well. I'm just numb to my own voice.
I am, but then when you've edited a video though, and it's like when you listen to the whole thing 10 times over to edit it, you've got the finished video, you watch it once to make sure it's all right, maybe twice, then you post it. After it's posted, it's done.
You don't ever look at that video again.
You spend hours listening to the same things. You don't want to listen to it again at that point.
Yeah, I get that.
Sometimes when you're rewatching, so when I did the Bun and Bones Club video, I had to edit myself. I had to edit back myself eating. Oh my God, it was the worst edit I've ever done in my life. It was absolutely the amount of time. It's so jumpy.
Right.
Because I was watching it, I was like, it's fucking disgusting. Why am I eating like that? And I literally showed my girlfriend. I was like,
and did she find anything up with it?
No.
No, there you go. That's,
she was like, what do you mean? That's just normal. I was like, you're taking the piss? That's disgusting.
Yeah. I always look like that.
I was like, what? And she was like, well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But it's
just
again,
in your own mind.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
it's always in your own mind, I suppose. Whereas like I can kind of get when a lot of like the big names now, as soon as they become like wealthy enough to get rid of editing, straight away we get an editor. And I feel like their content always kind of gets a bit better because they're not having to worry about anything because it's whatever the editor thinks and they're seeing it from the audience viewpoint, aren't they?
Yeah.
I can never do that because I'm just too much of a control freak. Like that's why I can't even take management on because I don't want anyone else to be in control of any of my business.
Yeah.
As soon as I left my job, I was like, I'm never having. I want it to be just me.
Of course, yeah.
I don't want any of these other people. So I did a sort of a Samsung house a few months ago, and G Nelly, who you mentioned, was in that before. I don't know if that was part of the pod, but she was like, oh yes. As soon as it was done, I was like, so the edits are due by this date, blah 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 blah. And G Nelly's like, okay, I'll send it to my editor, tell him the deadline. And so for her, it's literally she's got all these clips. She just sends them off.
Got a whole team, haven't they?
That has worked with it. Whereas for me, I had hours of slaving over the editing afterwards. But it's like I have to because I can't trust anyone else.
Yeah. I think I'm the same. I think when you edit your own videos, you get yourself into a rhythm, and it's your own rhythm, and it's your own fingerprint, isn't it, on your own content. And to get someone else to do that, I just don't. It wouldn't look right. I think people would know that it's not me that's created it. I think if I was to set up a YouTube, I think I spoke that on the last podcast.
You were looking into that,
when if there's a guy called George, when I do a YouTube, I would prefer him to do it from the start, and then
you're not changing it.
Yeah, and I think it'll be the same going forward. It'd always look the same. Whereas content for myself, no, for my Instagram and TikTok. No.
Are you posting your videos as shorts to?
I did. Whilst I was actually off Instagram, I tried the shorts, and they got like 2,500 views, and that was it really.
I find the same thing. I've had a couple that got like 20, but it's like even then the subscribers just haven't come in.
Yeah.
So
Subscribers don't come in. I've found that. I found same with TikTok as well a lot of the time. Followers, like the video with you, literally follower one. There's a new follower every day.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Carver Dragon clip, it got 25k views like overnight, 0 followers. And people would comment on it, people were liking it, people were enjoying the clip, but just not following it. Like the whole...
Well, it's because people
hard,
see
isn't
content multiple times to follow a lot of the time. It'll be like the 5th video they follow on sort of thing. It seems to be consistent with the same.
Yeah, keep smashing it out. Yeah.
So it's just repetition at that point, isn't it? But yeah.
Do you have any computer software, anything that you run your social media through so you can check your...
Don't own a computer.
Do you not?
Do you not?
Just all do it through your phone. What do you...
Everything on my phone and / iPad. Well, I've got 3 phones and an iPad, and it's all on those. I don't use a computer anymore at all.
I don't use anything. I don't. I just know that people who are quite big with their social media, they'll have like an internet website that they link all their social media to, and it all runs.
So even all your recipes, you do all that on the phone. You don't do it on the computer.
No, it's all on the phone. Yeah, I'll write them up in my notes, copy them across.
That's the same as me. Yeah, I do exactly the same. I don't really do. I
should presumed it was computer because I couldn't imagine doing all that on your phone.
It's easy. It's just there in your hands, isn't it? It is easier. I just know that there's like as I was saying, there's like you run all your social medias through this website. It tells you your reach and how well you do.
Yeah.
And do you do that or?
I mean, I look at analytics every now and again.
Oh, do you?
Not super really. No. I used to be more into it than I am now. I probably should look at it more because I think when you look at it on a video-to-video basis, you can actually evaluate what you can do better.
Yeah.
So I probably need to go back and be doing that. Whereas now I'm just sort of, I'm just being a bit lazy with it.
You just post.
I don't think it's being lazy though, because I feel like with your type of content and stuff like that, the whole ideas making process, it's not a overnight sort of thing, your videos. 100%. I don't think you've got that much time to study analytics. It takes hours. So it's a long process. So I feel like the way you're doing it, it evidently does work. Like you're constantly getting new followers.
Yeah, but it's like how best to, because you can be great at thinking of ideas. Like that's one of the things I'm best at is ideas. Because I just think of some wacky shit and it works. But thinking of how to make that work well in a video and be like actually assess like, okay, maybe I need to start with this style of intro rather than that style of intro, or I need to be speaking to the camera, or I start it with like showing the final result, or do I start just at the very start and confuse them and make them wait around for the final result? It's like you need to assess those things and think, oh, why did that video do better than that one? And sort of you need to be thinking about these things really to sort of get the real engagement coming in.
Well, I've had like people give me advice like, oh, if you've done a video and it's done really well, that must mean your followers and people really like it. So make something similar, go down that path. So you do it, you make something similar, it doesn't do well, and you're like, why? It's like very similar, but that's confusing because I don't understand how it works sometimes. Like I think the algorithms.
One of the best things you can do is give and receive advice from people also in the know in the same space. So like your friends who are doing the exact same thing as you, who are doing well at it. If you all give each other advice on your videos, like I've helped so many content creator friends with their videos.
Our TikTok, you've helped us so much. Literally, so the first TikTok that kind of did well was ours. Was the one where you sent me a message afterwards. People won't know this, but Ollie really helped us out. So you looked at our video, and you won't know this either. No. And it was a bit about you and Rap God. And Ollie sent me timestamps. He said, edit from here to here, here to here, cut here, here to here. I did it exactly, didn't change a thing. 25k views. And before that, the highest K views is 1,000. Ever since that, I now don't get less than 1,000 views on TikTok. It just doesn't happen. And I feel like it's all started from that process where you kind of taught me how to edit TikToks, which is so different to how I edit kind of YouTube.
I've done that with so many people as
well. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Like, people who make great content already and they just have just like some of the videos they do is like they don't get any views, and there's an obvious reason to me why. It's like you need to edit it in a different way. Like when some people, when they start the video with like, this is name a dish, I don't know, this is my chicken madras. Start off by chopping the onions, then you do this. Like that, the flow of that is just so.
Stop start. It's boring.
Sounds like my videos. Are you talking about me?
You always. I like how you always start with the finished product first, and then you always
so you know what it's going to look like.
You work through it, and I feel like that's I feel like you need to do that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you're saying, oh yeah, first you get your chicken, everyone's gonna be like, well, what's the point? How are you supposed to
you've
keep
got to show what
you could edit your videos in a different way to get the views up. Definitely,
you reckon?
Absolutely. And it's
just don't have my face in it.
Don't announce what it is at the start. If you tell everyone what it is at the start, then already people are like, okay, I don't want to see this particular dish. I'm gonna scroll past. If you go, this is the best version. I don't know. Let's say it's chicken madras. Being like, this is my favorite. Actually, how would you? I need to think about how to phrase it, but
I just stop doing everything I do.
Don't say exactly what it is. Hint at what it is, because then people stay on to try and they want to know what it is.
So instead of saying it being like, this is the best Indian food I've ever had, sort of thing, and then don't even mention chicken madras.
Be like, this is the second most popular curry in Koreas all across the UK, and it's my absolute favourite. It is, I made it. Rather than this is a chicken madras, because then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to see how a chicken madras gets made. Whereas if they just say, oh, this is the second most popular curry, they're like, oh, I wonder what the second most popular curry is.
Looking for a hook, aren't you?
Hang around and figure out what it is, because then the intrigue is what keeps people on the video. So
I'm going to show you, or I'm not going to show you how to make the best burger. You might not like it. Just you might like it, you might not. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it.
the people have to watch to then just to know what it is. They're like, Yeah, it's just there's extra elements to keep people on the whole of the video, but there's So just little bits of that where you have sort of tell friends, just change that around, and it's worked for them. And like some people who like followings have just like jumped up massively from that. I mean, I've had a few friends. I've helped them get their first viral video, just been like, do this, do that. I was in a content creator house right about a year ago, right just after I quit my job, and one of the girls in there was like a vegan. She was like an Instagrammer who mainly did like photos and stuff. Okay. And she was trying to get into like, the reels and then making TikToks and stuff. So that was when I was doing food songs at the time. It was my food song era, and I wrote her a food song for her to sing to her video, and I was like, she's like, yeah, let me write the whole thing. I'll get you to sing it. You've got a good singing voice. I'll plan the whole thing. I'll edit it. And I'll come to you. And all you need to do is do the little voiceover singing thing at the end. Boom, she does it, sings the thing, 500k views. And then it was a first banger on TikTok. I was like, yes.
You know, when you do your music thing, do you make the music on? Do you play it anywhere, or do you find the instrumental?
I get the karaoke on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, instrumental. Yeah, it's got to be instrumental, isn't it? Yeah.
But I don't do that anymore because I started cringing it. I was like, CPA.
Thing is, though, it's like, do people still enjoy it?
Some people do, but
Yeah.
the view. I was only doing it because it got views, and now when I do it again, the views aren't as good as.
Right. So you think that ship sailed now?
That shit's probably. I'll still do it. It used to be like, oh, if I'm going to get a brand deal, and I'm doing the song things, it's a way to get brand deals, more views, but it's not working for me anymore.
No.
So,
Makes sense.
Times.
I'll tell you what, that's been a fascinating pod. I feel like we've dived so much into that.
It's been good.
Well, if you don't, I don't know why I'm going to say this, but if you, I've not checked these guys out before. Fat Sam Eats on Instagram and TikTok. Is it the same on TikTok?
Yeah, same on TikTok and on Facebook.
And then El
Oh,
Burrito
yeah,
on
Facebook. You're in Facebook.
Yeah, but
right?
I was on Facebook anyway, but I wasn't really posting much. I've linked my Instagram and Facebook.
That's
but when
what
you
I've
post the
done,
reel,
yeah.
it doesn't seem to post the reel onto Facebook.
No, it
to
always
do it
says this
manually.
media cannot be supported.
Yeah,
always says it to me.
I don't know
Always
why
says
it doesn't link, but when I post a photo, that automatically goes into Facebook, and they do quite well on that.
Yeah.
Not massive, but they
So
do.
before you end off, right, rank the people on the platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Rank them best to worst, of like nicest people to the least nice, in terms of like toxic communities. How would you rank them?
In what, like an actual? You want me to
the-
name
the-
a person?
No. So
Oh.
Facebook, TikTok, Instagram,
The
which is
general
1, 2, 3.
comments
Right, okay.
and feedback you receive.
Oh, number like for the most toxic TikTok, 100%. I think it's the best. I find Instagram is probably the best.
Instagram is the best, but Facebook is the toxic one.
But I find
See, I don't post on Facebook really.
Facebook, the comments and the messages on there, you get some right nasty buggers on there.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah, middle-aged miserable bastards.
See, that's
Yeah.
why I feel
Yeah,
like
just
it's
like-
that
people just don't have a
generation,
filter. It's
Just
just like
looking to have a go at you for
Yeah.
no reason. It's like just have a day off. I'm making some food, mate. I say,
Yeah.
sorry, I used the wrong kind of cabbage in my coleslaw. I like red cabbage, you like white.
Yeah.
Doesn't make me a piece of shit like you're telling me to.
I find it on TikTok. I did the same kind of thing. Like that's not how you do that, or that's how you just like. Did your mum not tell you if you've got nothing nice to say, just keep your fucking mouth
See,
shut?
I'm just numb to it because of the work I have done. So
Yeah.
I was telling Sam before, I was a cold caller. I've done cold calling. So
People
I've
just put
had
your phone
people,
down and
I've had
have
people
a go at you.
swear at me, tell me I'm scum of the earth, like constantly.
I hate the way you eat.
So,
That's
yeah,
why
so-
I seen you on film.
So when I see stuff now where I get commenting and they're like, "Oh yeah, you don't know anything about football." I put a football clip up. I don't think that, but I put it up because I thought it'd do well.
Yeah.
Did well, and people abusing me. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm a kid down in Norwich. Am I ever going to meet him? No. Do I care what he says? And people, my girlfriend doesn't understand this because she's lovely. She's dead
Yeah.
nice. She's nice to everybody. If someone says something horrible to her, she'll take it deeply. Whereas I've done it for a living. Where people call me.
You're used to it.
People call me all sorts, and I'm like,
Well, you were saying earlier about how when you had your daughter in a video and you had loads of backlash about her, and that's what the tough thing is, that as like blokes in general, we can say anything that anyone says anything about us, we can take it absolutely fine.
yeah. When it gets
If it's like
personal,
your girlfriend or your son or your daughter or your parents, then that's when you take it to heart.
I just think I don't think I don't kind of take it to heart. I just think like, what are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, why
Yeah.
are you saying things like that? What are you gaining?
What does that bring for you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what are you gaining from it? Is it if that's honestly making you feel good by leaving a negative comment, then you need a hug.
Well,
Someone needs to give them a hug.
if they're in a toxic place, if it's
Yeah.
like a 15-year-old kid, you can kind of just be like, okay, they're obviously
Yeah,
going
he's
through
not
a
grown
tough
up. You'll
time.
they'll
You
grow
just
up.
got to be like, and that's why I mean, I was a right little dickhead teenager. So like, I might have been the type who, if I had TikTok then, I might be the person leaving hate comments and stuff.
Yeah,
You never know, would you? Luckily back then, it was you didn't really have TikTok.
No.
Did you?
yeah,
No.
of course, yeah.
But I
yeah.
probably have some nasty things in the YouTube comment section.
I mean, back in our day, it was Modern Warfare 2 sort of lobbies, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not
Well,
for me.
I-
I was old then when
Oh.
Modern Warfare was out.
Oh, I'm gonna say-
How old are
I'm
you?
34, 35 actually next week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're 24, 23.
Yeah, 23. So I said some horrible things in Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 2 was the word. Black Ops 2, Search and Destroy. I was what, like 11, 12, 13. I said some horrible things at late at night.
We were talking earlier about sort of generally about how there's a rise in sort of people on TikTok about who have special needs and learning difficulties, and there's a weird trend of. So what one of them, if you don't know if you see, I absolutely love him as well. To be fair, he's my favourite. One of my favourite people to watch is Ryan Windridge. He's friends with Francis Bourgeois, and they do train spotting together.
Oh right, yeah, I know who Francis is, but I don't.
Yeah.
Francis is maybe like 1.6 mil, but
We've probably seen.
Ryan
We've
Windridge,
definitely seen this guy on his videos.
Ryan Windridge is 600k now. He's really blown up on TikTok, and he basically just like makes the funniest like wholesome videos of like him eating his Morrison's meal deal.
Oh, right, the guy with the glasses.
And the pass is always way too hot.
Yeah. I know.
I love
so
them
funny.
videos.
He's scolding his mouth on a daily basis for our entertainment. I've got to give applause to him. But he's
Well,
so
he said something, didn't he?
yes, that's what we're getting onto. Is that someone who must have known him from back in the day, someone who's vaguely friends with him, had a recording of him saying the P word.
I didn't know that. I've not seen anything about
Penis.
this.
No, 4-letter word.
Yeah, we know.
Pakistani abbreviated.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
okay, right.
Something about that, and yeah, he just said that in the COD lobby, and yeah, who knows what if we might have said something like that back when we were 15 or 14. You never know if you say you might have done. Let's be honest. You did. I can't remember, but I was,
You won't remember, will you?
I call my mates all
You
horrible.
won't remember. Cancel culture's there,
I
innit?
find now, like if you've said something in the past and you've done something in the past, but like you can reflect back on it now and say that was completely wrong and you shouldn't have done that. I don't think something that happens that far, especially like for him, like that shouldn't follow you. If he's still being like that, then yeah, you should be expected to, you're gonna. But if you've changed completely and that person you were, you're like, that that's not something you should say or do, then that should just get shunted. Like
That's what journalists do nowadays. They search purposely to find that.
dig
They
up
want
dirt.
to
Well,
find
do you
Yeah.
look back at your like 13-year-old self as you, or is it a different person?
100%
course,
a different
100%
person.
different.
All you do is
who
Completely
that person was.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
Yeah.
you just change.
I go back to 16, 17. It's 18. I was horrible at 18. Some of the things I did when I was 18, I was horrible.
7 years ago, like 7 years ago for me, like I'm a different person now.
Yeah.
Like life makes you grow and change. It really
course.
just gives you wisdom.
And
every
also,
day.
being a little bit of a knob at some point gives you more empathy later in life. I feel in certain
100%.
ways because you can
Definitely.
relate to all different people now. You can be like,
Yeah, I
And
agree.
you have to learn. A bit deep, but life is about learning. If
Oh,
you
yeah,
don't
of course it
learn,
is.
what's the point? It's
Yeah.
boring.
Yeah, especially when you've got kids as well. One day you both probably have kids, and you've got to become a better person because your job as a parent is you're just basically a teacher.
Yeah.
You're teaching those kids lessons and how to just navigate life, and you've got to become a better person for them. So they're the best. I think they're the best things for character, that building a character and building morals.
hopefully we won't need to worry about that for a while though. Eh?
Yeah, hopefully not. But that, fascinating end.
How old are you again?
I'm 24, yeah.
24.
I'm 24.
Why are you trying to end it so abruptly? What's the what's the
because-
deal with this?
Cameras.
I thought you were going to make it an
The vein's gone.
I'm pregnant.
I was going to ask you one last thing. How long have you been with your missus?
So, it's been 4 years.
How long have you lived with your missus?
Over 2 years, 2.5. We
You
did.
moved in quick, year and a half, blooming heck.
Yeah,
Rushing it.
COVID. It was COVID. And to be fair, it's the best thing I ever did.
Well, you rushed that, so is she going to rush you into kids as well next?
I mean, to be fair, I'm at that stage where I've got a good job. I'm financially very secure. If I was to have a kid, I'm. If you
23 years old, mate.
if you
come
met
on.
me, yeah, but if you met me and you met my mates, you'd be like, what? I'm the mature one. I am. I'm. Some of my mates are just off the rails. They're 23. They're off the rails.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm the exact opposite. But then again, I can kind of see it from both viewpoints. I think I did my 18 and 19. I was just here, there, everywhere, doing whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. Didn't listen to anybody. Didn't care.
Yeah.
And then I was like, do you know what?
I find it crazy I've seen people our age have kids though. Like I was at the pub the other day and it's like a friend of a friend that had his kid there with him who's like 10 weeks old. An accidental kid who was like,
Yeah.
I was like, the 25-year-old's having. I'll show you a picture. Actually, I'll show you after the thing a picture of me.
26 I
holding
was
this
when I had my
baby.
first. Yeah.
See, we're getting old. Like we are.
It'll happen.
33 minimum age for me, not in the next 8 years.
Get them done.
Not
Get
in
them
the
done
next
out of the
8
way
years.
because when they get old, when
Exactly.
they
I
get
wanna
older,
be
and they're
55, 50.
You can leave them at home. You're still
Well,
young.
why don't you live life while you're young now?
Because when you're a bit older, you're
you're
settled. You're done. You can get older, get settled, and next thing, kids come along. You're like,
It's like I said, though, everyone's different, aren't they? Like
Yeah,
some
of course
people
I do.
literally just
I don't want
want
a kid. I
kids.
don't want a dog for a while. I want to be able to. I want to go to Barcelona tomorrow, and I can. Can you? No, you can't. You got
I
kids.
can.
No, you fucking can't.
I can't. I'll leave Mrs. at home. I'll meet you there when we go.
If you got, I think that's more about finding the right person though. Because if you've got someone who's sound and understand, like it's one of them. Like,
I mean, you can't if you've got a kid and a dog though. That's the thing. It's not about being.
Yeah, but it's always
Look after themselves.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah,
leave them some tinned food. It'd be sweet.
Exactly. Just leave it out on the side. It'll be alright. Yeah. Just get a clever dog.
Exercise, safe sex, kids.
Yeah, bag
Who would have
up.
thought? I put an Instagram post up before about El Burrito and Fat Sammy Eats coming back on, and we're talking about safe sex at the end of the podcast.
Get the ball rolling on male contraception. It's not going quick enough. We're relying too.
That was got that one.
We're relying too much. We're relying too much on women's and their contraception. Get the ball rolling. I don't know what's holding it up, but get it sorted. It's like scientists.
Can't wait to see that on TikTok.
Just pull out quicker.
Learn the game. Learn the game.
The greatest fear for most of my life is accidentally making someone pregnant. That would be my greatest fear in life, I reckon.
Could be the best thing that ever happened to you, though.
Could be. You never know until it happens.
Well, I don't know. No.
Quality. Well, good laugh, Missy. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and over, show some support as well. There's going to be quite a lot of this on TikTok. I'm looking
forward to it.
A lot of clips in here, but yeah,
lots of gay inbox clips.
It's going to grow and grow now. But yeah, thank you both for coming back on again. Really loved it, and
enjoyed it, dude.
We need to make sure doing the meetups and you're doing the content.
Yeah,
so
Friday's happening, and we'll talk.
I've got a completely clear Friday, so
so we'll do it.
You let me know what ideas you've already kind of got in mind, and I'll let you know what I've got in my notes that we can potentially do together, and then we'll do some.
I'm not taking my fucking top off though.
See you later, everybody.